Hey everyone, welcome back to Corporate Decoder, the place where we break down the confusing jargon of the business world. And today we're diving into UPEXI and its latest filing. Get ready folks, because we're about to decode a major announcement that could shake things up. We'll be looking at their Form 8K, which is like a special bulletin for really important immediate news. Before we get into the nitty-gritty, if you dig getting straight answers from these thick corporate documents without the fluff, make sure you're subscribed. And hey, we've built an awesome community over on Discord to keep the conversation going about all things business and finance. So come join us. The link is in the description below, and stick around after this report for a little bit of my perspective on what this all means for UPEXI. Alright, so what we have here is a current report on Form 8K. Think of this as a company's way of immediately letting the public and the SEC know about significant events. If something big happens between their regular quarterly or annual reports, this is the place they'll announce it. The date on this report is August 12, 2025, which tells us this is the day they officially made this announcement. This filing is for UPEXI Inc. For those who might not be super familiar, UPEXI is a company that you might know from their common stock trading on the NASDAQ under the ticker symbol UPEXI. They've chosen Delaware as their home state for incorporation, which is pretty common for many US companies. The commission file number is 00140535, and their IRS employer identification number, a sort of social security number for businesses, is 8333788978. So they're officially registered and on the books. Interestingly, UPEXI has checked the box indicating they are an emerging growth company. This means they're a newer kid on the block when it comes to being a public company, and as such they get some regulatory breaks. They aren't using the extended transition period for new accounting standards that some companies can elect. This basically signals they're aiming to keep pace with the latest financial reporting rules. Now let's get to the juicy part, the actual news they're reporting. Under item 8.01, they're talking about other events. This is where they announce anything that isn't covered by the more specific categories in the 8K. The big news here is that on August 12th, UPEXI announced they formed an advisory committee. Now, what's the point of an advisory committee? Well, they spell it out pretty clearly: to make the company perform better, to make it more noticeable and visible to investors and customers, and crucially to help them raise money or unlock capital raising opportunities. Think of an advisory committee as a panel of experienced individuals who offer guidance and expertise without having the day-to-day operational control of the company's executives. It's like bringing in seasoned consultants to help chart the best course forward. And who is the star of this very first appointment? None other than Arthur Hayes. If you follow the crypto world or venture capital, you likely know Arthur Hayes. He's a big name, perhaps most famously as a co-founder and former CEO of BitMEX, a major cryptocurrency derivatives exchange. Having someone of his caliber join an advisory board is a pretty significant statement for 8 sectors. This move could definitely attract attention. Shuffler, for sectors, this move could definitely attract attention. Now they add a little disclaimer here. They're saying that the information in this section, including the press release attached as an exhibit, is being furnished and not filed. This is a technicality, but it means this specific announcement isn't subject to the same level of liability as, say, their audited financial statements. It's a way to share information without the same legal weight, which is fairly standard for press release disclosures made this way. It won't automatically be part of all their future filings unless they specifically say so. Finally, we get to item 9.01, which is all about the exhibits. This is where they list all the supporting documents for the report. The most important exhibit here is Exhibit 99.1, which is the actual press release they issued on August 12th. This is where all the details about the advisory committee and Arthur Hayes' appointment would have been formally laid out. And then there's Exhibit 1/4, the cover page interactive data file, which is essentially a machine-readable version of the report's cover information. This is part of the push for more digital and accessible financial disclosures. Now, let's talk about my take on all of this. The formation of an advisory committee, and especially snagging Arthur Hayes, is a strategic move. For a company that identifies as an emerging growth company, this signals a serious intent to scale and gain credibility. Arthur Hayes brings a network and a reputation that can open doors, particularly in areas where UPEXI might be looking to grow, perhaps in tech, or in industries where crypto-adjacent experience is valuable. On the surface, this is a positive step. Advisory committees can be incredibly beneficial if they're actively engaged and offer real strategic value. The mention of optimizing performance and increasing visibility is exactly what you'd expect from such a move. However, the elephant in the room is always execution. What really matters is how this committee and Arthur Hayes specifically will influence upsales, efficiency, or profitability. That's the question investors will be watching very closely. The key risk here, and it's a general one for advisory boards, is that they can sometimes be more for show than substance. If the committee doesn't have real influence, or if Arthur Hayes' involvement is just a one-off signalling event, the impact might be limited. But given his background, it's likely his involvement will be more than just a photo op. The goal of unlocking capital raising opportunities is particularly critical for emerging companies. It suggests they might be looking to secure funding for expansion, research, or perhaps to weather any upcoming market challenges. The fact that they're highlighting this now and bringing in such a high-profile advisor could also be a precursor to bigger announcements or a strategic shift. It's a way to build momentum and confidence in the market. Looking ahead, keep an eye on UPEXI's subsequent findings and news. See if their performance metrics start to show improvement in line with the stated goals of the advisory committee. So to sum it up, UPEXI is making a strategic play by forming an advisory committee and bringing in a heavy hitter like Arthur Hayes. It's a move designed to boost their performance, visibility, and fundraising. While the potential upside is clear, the real test will be in the execution and how this translates into actual business results. It's an interesting development for a company aiming to make its mark. Alright, that's our breakdown of UPEXI's latest filing. What's your take on these numbers and what they signal for the company's future? Do you think Arthur Hayes' involvement will make a big difference? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. If you found this analysis valuable, hitting that like button really helps us out, and subscribe for more deep dives into corporate filings. Don't forget to check out our Discord community in the description for more discussion. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the next one.